All he do is smother me, or he cries like a baby. That's all he does. He just cries like a baby.
Like a baby.
Well, he said.
Listen, are you married? You got a ring on? Oh, you do. Never mind. All right.
Where's butt? We out. That bro. That bro. Bitch.
Well, I would like to thank Renaud for showing me, a real good time. And I hope this experience would teach JT a lesson, so I've had to change of heart.
I don't feel like it was going right. What happened? I forgot how to talk to girls, bro. I didn't know what to do.
This is what happens when rappers have no game. Before the Compton anthems and the G-Unit beef, the game was just JT Taylor, a college student 4 months deep into a relationship he was convinced devotion alone could hold together. He walked onto Change of Heart, a dating show where both partners go on blind dates and then decide on camera whether to stay. JT stepped in with his heart wide open. He had no idea what was coming. His complaint was barely out before Sadira fired back, and the audience already knew everything they needed to know.
Sadida doesn't give me anything.
Nothing.
So wait, you shouldn't always be like trying to give me something and expect something in return.
Their mutual best friend Ricky had watched this dynamic play out more times than he could count. When the host asked him what JT actually does when they argue, the answer landed like a sentence.
All he does, he buys her. That's all he knows how to do. He buys her everything.
A buyer?
He buys her, he buys her. That's all he knows how to
If she
do.
starts, he just finds something to give her.
All he does is basically, I'm your best friend.
The host turned to Sadira and asked what JT does when she's upset. Her response was not delivered with cruelty, which somehow made it worse.
All he do is smother me, or he cries like a baby. That's all he does. He just cries like a baby.
Like a baby.
Well, he said.
Buying gifts, smothering her, crying, that was the full arsenal. And then Sadira told the host exactly how far JT would take it to keep her around, and the studio audience couldn't hold it together.
Well, JT would do anything for me. If I told him to go outside naked with a leash on, he'll do it for me.
That's our boy, huh?
He just would, because he's that type of guy, and he's real.
Both of them went on their blind dates. JT had the time of his life with Irina, a 14-hour marathon, lotion massages, watching the sunrise together. He came back glowing. Sadira came back with something different. When the host asked JT for his decision, he didn't even pause.
She's beautiful, everything that you can want in a woman, but my heart is with Sadida, so that's...
So you say, stay together. Irina, sorry, things didn't work.
He gave up the best date of his life to stay loyal. Then Sadira stepped up to give her answer.
Well, I would like to thank Renaud for showing me, a real good time. And I hope this experience would teach JT a lesson, so I've had to change of heart.
Dumped on national television, years before the Compton era, before the Platinum Records, before anyone called him the Game. He was just a young man who gave everything and got walked on for it. The irony? He spent the next 2 decades rapping about being untouchable. The cameras caught the man behind the persona. And unlike the music, the footage doesn't lie. Having your heart handed back on a television set is one kind of painful. But what happens when a global superstar decides to prove his looks on camera, and the woman he approaches doesn't care who he is? ASAP Rocky is one of rap's most polished icons. Fashion-forward, effortlessly cool, and at this particular moment, the man was dating Rihanna. Rihanna. He had the look, the cultural weight, and the entire fashion world paying attention to his next move. And he decided to take all of that and test it on a random woman near a beach, on camera, in front of his entire crew, as proof that he was the most handsome man alive. His plan was simple. Approach her, get her number, let the camera be the evidence. The whole thing should have taken 30 seconds.
She looks amazing, huh? Hey, you want to see if I'm really handsome? If I get her number on camera, that means that I'm the most handsome in the world. How think I said?
His crew laughed and waved her over. Rocky stepped up with full confidence. the confidence of a man who has genuinely never been told no, and went in with his opening line. The delivery was already tilting sideways, but he was committed.
I said to them, you're so beautiful that you my interview with me because I'm beautiful. Would you like to finish my interview? Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, she's beautiful.
She walked over. She was polite. And then Rocky, clearly convinced this was going exactly how he imagined, tried to lean on a shared memory from the night before. That was the moment the whole thing unraveled.
I seen you last night, right? You already know. Yeah, I remember. I remember. Okay, that was embarrassing. That was okay.
She didn't know who he was. She wasn't impressed. She walked. 2.4 million views and 17,000 big head comments later, the most stylish rapper alive had been outcooled by a woman who simply did not care. The comments said it all. Cocky then Sue humbled, creepy Uncle Riz, well-brought-up girl with self-respect. Fame doesn't manufacture chemistry. And when your entire game is, I'm famous and I'm handsome, the one woman who doesn't know either of those things holds every card in the deck. A stranger on the beach can walk away quietly. But some rappers don't handle rejection quietly at all. Some of them turn a street approach into a live meltdown in under 10 seconds. Quilly Mills is a Philly rapper. Unfiltered, direct, operating in a scene that prizes toughness and authenticity above almost everything else. When he stepped to a woman on Instagram Live, crew watching, camera rolling, no filter in sight, he came with exactly one gear, straight up, no chaser. He told the viewers right up front exactly what kind of person he was.
Hey, listen, check this out. Look, I ain't about to break no sweat and all that. You know what I mean? What's up? We ain't about to, I wanted to talk to you.
He asked for her number. She turned him down. No drama, no explanation, just a polite no. And then Quilly did something that, for a brief moment, actually looked like it might hold.
What we gonna do? You gonna give it to me or reject me?
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
All right, say no more. Carry on with your night. Enjoy your night. Have a blessed night.
Have a blessed night. That is actually decent. For approximately 4 seconds, Quilly looked like a man who understood that rejection is part of life, that you brush it off, keep your composure, and keep it moving. The maturity was almost there. And then, the moment she was out of earshot,
Ass butt. We out. That bro. That bro.
4 seconds. That was the full length of the composure. 4 seconds between have a blessed night and dumb shit, with the live camera still rolling and every word going straight to the internet. The comments were swift. He gone cry in the car. His energy is way too aggressive. Philly rappers stay getting clowned. But the most cutting response was the simplest one. She just said, oh?
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's cool, bro. It's cool, bro.
It was not cool. The blessed night to dumb shit pipeline in under 5 seconds proved what the approach had already suggested. The filterless persona was not confidence wearing a costume. It was fragility wearing one. A man with actual game does not need to curse out the woman who declined to give him her number on a live stream with thousands watching. The camera Quilly brought to document his success became the receipt for his unraveling. Quilly's breakdown happened on the street, in the moment, with no warning. But what about when a rapper tries to shoot his shot from his own stage, in front of thousands of his own fans, and still can't close? Drake built his entire brand on romantic mastery. The lover boy, the man who knows exactly what to say, who turns emotional vulnerability into chart-topping albums, who has written more songs about women than most rappers have albums. When he spotted a female security guard at one of his own concerts and decided to shoot his shot from the stage, with his own lights, his own crowd, his own energy filling the arena, it should have been an easy layup. She was working, doing her job. Drake called her over anyway. He put her on the camera. He built the moment up for the crowd.
Look at this. Hey, put her on the camera. She's fine as hell. Hold on, turn around. Look. Security guard fine as hell.
The energy was right there. The crowd was with him. This was his arena, his rules, his moment. Then something on her hand caught his eye.
Listen, are you married? You got a ring on? Oh, you do? Never mind. All right.
Mid-flirt, dead stop, in front of thousands. No pivot, no charm, no recovery. Not even a laugh to soften it. Just, never mind, and a walk away. The crowd had one immediate reaction. The comments wrote themselves for weeks. Cringy, trying to destroy families once again. And the one that cut the deepest, her husband definitely played Meet the Grams. She stayed professional. Didn't smile, didn't encourage, didn't react. The ring did everything that needed doing. The problem wasn't noticing the ring, the problem was the zero recovery. A man with real game doesn't fold. He pivots, he laughs, he makes the moment charming. Drake just turned and walked away. On his own stage, with his own camera rolling. Getting caught off guard at a concert is one moment. But what happens when a rapper walks into a full dating event with nothing but his personality, and the women there vote on him one balloon at a time? Sky is 30 years old. He is an artist. He owns a sneaker resale company called Sneakers for Us. He walked into a live Pop the Balloon dating event in New York City, an all-white affair, with his arms open and his confidence at full capacity. Apparently ready to let his personality do the work. For anyone unfamiliar, in Pop the Balloon, a row of women each hold a balloon. The moment they hear something they don't like, pop. Run out of balloons, you go home alone. It is the most democratic rejection machine ever invented. Sky was about to walk straight into it. He had barely gotten through his introduction before things started moving in the wrong direction.
What you do for fun? For fun? I go to the strip club.
Okay. All right. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Wait, y'all.
He pressed on. He laid out his deal breakers, a list that included undone toes and women with no sense of direction, seemingly unfazed that his own opener had already sent a balloon to the floor.
Someone that likes to have fun, travel, take trips, you know what I mean? Things like that.
All right, so what's some of your deal breakers? Like you're not going for that?
Toes not done.
Priscilla, a nursing consultant and health coach, stepped to the mic to explain her decision.
Because I feel like that's a conflicting lifestyle. I love to enjoy, I love to travel, and I'm not saying periodically I wouldn't go like for a birthday to like, you know, a strip club or something like that every now and again, but to say that's what you do for fun?
One by one, the rest of the row followed. The Christian model, the comedian, the hairstylist, the nursing student. Every single balloon eventually found the floor. The harder Sky pushed back, the worse it got, until one woman had heard enough and decided to name her terms for even staying in the conversation.
Paying for the strippers, how you gonna pay for my bills?
I can afford it.
You can? All right.
Now, she said that like she was struggling.
For my bills.
Sky agreed to everything, smiling, walking straight into a negotiation with no idea it wasn't a date. His consolation match at the end came with a running tab from the opening question.
You got any last question for him?
Are we going to Sweets? You know what Sweets is?
I was there last night.
They be wanting $20 for me to get in. You gonna pay it for me?
The commentator summed it up in 4 words. Sky got used, not because he was a bad person, but because his entire pitch was the strip club lifestyle, a deal breaker list aimed at women who had already left, and then an open wallet when the only remaining options started setting prices. Every woman with an actual standard saw through it in seconds. The balloons don't lie. Every single one of them found the floor. An entire room of women saying no at once is a special kind of brutal. But what about when one of rap's biggest names tries a more calculated approach on live radio and still can't stick the landing? Angie Martinez is one of the most respected women in all of hip-hop media. Decades in radio, thousands of interviews, a voice that helped shape the culture. She earned her seat at the table long before most current rappers were relevant. When a young Drake sat down across from her at Hot 97, she was the established one in that room. He was still building his name. And somewhere in the middle of a professional interview on live radio, with the entire city listening, Drake decided to make his feelings known. He started the slide gradually, referencing their past encounters, a drink they had shared once. How comfortable he felt around her. What started as an interview drifted into something else entirely.
Because when we met that time, I felt like you were very much in the...
I just like you, that's all. We just had a little, maybe I was just comfortable.
Angie laughed, kept it together, steered the ship. But Drake wasn't finished. He had a card he was convinced was going to land, and he played it right there on the air.
Let me tell you something. These text messages are strong.
That's good. That's a good thing.
He told millions of listeners that his text game was elite before anything had actually happened, in front of the entire Hot 97 audience. And then he kept going, doubling down on the exact thing that was already making this land sideways.
For new, haven't even put your, you know what I mean? Haven't even really gone all the way hard yet.
Yeah.
Set very strong in the text messages.
Lovely, New York City.
Lovely. That was Angie's full response before she moved the conversation forward. One word: smooth, professional, completely unbothered. The contrast between her effortless redirect and Drake's eager oversharing told the entire story without a single additional syllable. Words can betray you in an instant on the air, but at least that's invisible after the mic cuts off. What happens when it's not your words that fail you, but your props? The BET Awards red carpet is one of hip-hop's highest stakes runways. Every artist standing on it is performing the same act. I am winning. Look at what I have built. Nothing in my world ever goes wrong. The watch, the chain, the outfit, every piece is a calculated statement of power and desirability. Ace Hood was doing this act perfectly in 2013, mid-sentence, mid-promotion, with Angela Simmons standing right there. And then his performance took a turn that nobody in his camp could have prepared for. Everything was going fine. New album dropping July 15th. Cameras on him. Energy up. He was in the middle of selling the vision when his interviewer said something he wasn't expecting.
Be here. My new album, man, is in stores July 16th. Make sure y'all pick that up. We just here, baby. We feeling good. You feel me?
On top now, speaking of feeling good, man, I know that was crazy right there. That's the first time we let people perform. You lost something up. Right there. Is that...
The bezel on his watch, his statement piece, $20,000 watch, had detached and rolled across the floor, in front of the camera, in front of Angela Simmons, in front of everyone on the BET red carpet.
Homie, you lost. Yo, he almost lost the bezel. Take care of that before we continue. That's gotta go. You know what? Just hold it like that.
He scrambled. He tried to hold it together. Angela Simmons watched in silence, and that silence was louder than anything she could have said. The camera zoomed in on every second.
That's gotta go. You know what? Just hold it like that. It's all good. That's only $20K right here.
$20,000. Floor. Bet red carpet. Angela Simmons watching. And instead of pivoting, instead of laughing it off or owning the moment, he insisted on the price tag as if the watch's value could somehow undo what just happened.
$50,000 just dropped right there on the floor, man. It's all good.
It's all good is what you say when it is absolutely not all good. The internet clocked it in minutes. Jokes about the bezel being assembled with glue, about him crying in the limo, about what Angela Simmons was thinking in that exact moment. Ace Hood later blamed his jeweler. The clip was already everywhere. Rappers use luxury to project power and desirability. When the luxury literally falls apart in front of a woman on live camera, the entire projection collapses with it. Props can betray you in 1 second on a red carpet. But what happens when rappers don't have props to fall back on at all? When it's just one woman, one question, and a crew full of silence? Chief Keef changed drill music forever. His 2012 explosion rewired the sonic DNA of hip-hop and launched a movement that is still echoing through the culture today. The crew around him operated in that same energy. Hard, cold, untouchable. Men whose names carry weight in the streets and whose association with one of rap's most influential figures means something wherever they go. Then a woman walked up with one question. Name the most romantic thing you have ever done for a girl.
Oh, what's the most romantic thing y'all ever did for a girl?
That's it.
Y'all don't be doing romantic?
Nobody moved fast. The silence was its own answer. Heavy, unfiltered, sitting in the air between them. Street credibility offers no exchange rate for romance. Finally, the group started to try.
A helicopter.
Oh.
Oh, okay. What's the most romantic thing you did?
My movie room, where the candles lit.
Candles lit.
Candles in the movie room, a helicopter ride. She seemed mildly impressed. The conversation was teetering on something. And then came the moment that settled the whole question.
Alright. I'ma go home, y'all.
You gonna go home?
Uh-huh.
You leaving? Yeah, go home, baby. Go home. Get in bed, man.
That wasn't romantic for you?
She didn't argue. She didn't explain herself further. She just left. And the response from the group, "That wasn't romantic for you," is the most revealing thing said in the entire clip. There was genuine confusion. The candles were lit. The movie room was set up. What more could she possibly want? Fame is loud. Romance is quiet. And sometimes you don't know what you're missing until someone walks away. But getting caught off guard as a group softens the blow a little. What about when it's just you, alone, approaching a woman for the first time in years, and the whole thing falls apart on camera? DDG built his life online. YouTube millions, a rap career with real momentum, a high-profile relationship and streaming clout that kept his name in every algorithm. For years, the machine brought women to him. Recognition, status, and fans made sure of that. When you are that famous, you do not cold approach anybody. The world comes to you. But on one day in 2025, DDG tried something he reportedly had not done in years. He walked up to a woman in public with zero context. No fame buffer, no algorithm, no one who already knew who he was, just himself and a camera recording the whole thing. His crew watched. 259,000 people were about to watch too.
Should I walk these? What is it? Rena? You from around here?
I live up this shop.
Basic opener. He was finding his footing. But the camera was on him. The pressure was building. And you could feel it. This was unfamiliar terrain for a man whose entire social world had been filtered through recognition and status for as long as he could remember.
Live up the street. So, I'm Daryl. Like your dress.
She left, and DDG turned to the camera and gave an honest post-mortem in real time.
I don't feel like it was going right. What happened?
I forgot how to talk to girls, bro. I didn't know what to do.
The comments came fast, and they came hard. Bro got no riz. Money can't unlame you. Finally, he approaches a regular woman who doesn't know who he is. The one that cut deepest, "These streamers have no game." I forgot how to talk to girls is going to follow DDG forever. Not because it is uniquely shameful, but because it is one of the most honest things a rapper has ever admitted on camera about himself. Fame is a cheat code that expires the moment nobody knows who you are. DDG's entire social life had been processed through recognition and status for so long that when a woman treated him like a regular person, he short-circuited. The clout was real. The riz was absolutely not. DDG's fumble was at least honest, almost charming in how lost he looked afterward. But some rappers make the whole thing worse by dragging it out. What happens when 3 seconds is all it takes for Miami to give its final verdict? Miami does not owe anybody a conversation. It is a city that has seen every kind of confidence, every kind of approach, every man who believes his energy alone is enough to make things happen. Clavvicular, a streamer and content creator embedded in the IRL creator world that overlaps heavily with hip-hop culture, stepped into that city ready to shoot his shot. He had a camera, a crew, and a setup built for viral content. He had approximately 3 seconds before the verdict arrived.
OG and scary, and I don't really want to go there.
Scary?
Yeah.
We got to do something about that. What do they do?
I don't know.
She wasn't impressed. She wasn't intrigued. She may not have even fully broken stride. The camera was rolling. And that might have been exactly the problem. Miami women are used to cameras. A lens doesn't grant automatic status. And then Clavvicular arrived at a realization that very few people ever say out loud on film.
Well, I don't really have any other dialogue. I don't have any other dialogue options left. So.
I don't have any other dialogue options left. In the history of rejection footage, that line might be the most self-aware thing anyone has ever said mid-approach. 95,000 views. Comments landed like a verdict. Bro's got no aura. Clav has a negative riz. And the one that landed the heaviest, if not for the camera, he would hardly pull even with his looks. One reply speculated she ran because she spotted the camera, which somehow makes the whole thing worse rather than better. The IRL streaming world and hip-hop share the same foundational myth, that performing confidence in front of a camera is equivalent to actually having it. In Miami, that myth doesn't survive 3 seconds. Clavvicular had the full setup, the gear, the crew, the content machine behind him. And a woman still looked at all of it and ran. 3 seconds. 95,000 people watched. The camera that was supposed to be his witness became his evidence instead.